Hello and welcome to Sportlog Tutorials. In this video, we're going to teach you how to log workouts into Sportlog and give you a general orientation of the Sportlog dashboard. So, once you've logged into Sportlog, which you can do here on the main Sportlog page, you'll be brought to the athlete dashboard. The dashboard looks like this. It's a calendar view. It's an infinitely scrolling calendar which displays all the workouts that you've entered into Sportlog. So by scrolling up, it'll continuously load new workouts into the display here. On each given day, the workouts are displayed in a summary format, and they're color-coded based on the intensity by which they're performed. So if we look here on the 20th, we have a road running session, but we also have within that some intensities that were performed. Zone 3, which is denoted by this yellowy color, and this off orange color, which is zone 4. So it's just a little snapshot, and it talks about how much time that you spent in each of those zones, and it's a quick and easy way to look at what you're logging or what you've done for the past few weeks in the dashboard. Clicking on these tabs will bring up information about the workouts, but before we get there, I just wanted to draw your attention to the two tabs at the end of each column here. There's a zone tab and a day option tab. They tabulate the total time that you spent in each training zone or mode at the end of every week. So this athlete has been training for a total of 8 and almost 3/4 of an hour there, or just over that, for this week. And it breaks down the percentages in each zone that they did. So they did a little bit of strength, most of it in this low training zone, and some intervals and sprints at decreasing values here. If you're not really familiar about what zones are, we will do a tutorial about how to set zones, and there is more information on zones if you go into the setting part of Sportlog up here in the top right corner into your settings. There's some more information on that. If you have a coach looking at your log, they'll probably set the training zones for you and explain what they mean and what those values are for you. So if you don't quite understand that, please look up that section in the log or talk to your coach. The other tab here is day options. If I click that, I get some day values. So this athlete has recorded some day values, and this averages it out for what they did for the week. So this athlete got almost 8.5 hours of sleep and was feeling pretty good, 9.5 out of 10. There's other values here which he did not record. That's fine. We'll show you how to record those later in this session. So let's click on a day and look at what the athlete did that day and walk you through what was going on and how to record the workout. So let's start up here. This athlete did 2 hours of training. This is a Nordic skier, so skate skiing. Within that workout, the athlete did some very specific activities. So it wasn't just an hour at a nice slow pace of skate skiing. They did some intervals in there. So how we capture that is we do these things called activities. So once you've actually started entering in the workout, the total time that you did working out, you can capture these other smaller sub activities by using the activity button and add an activity. We'll show you that in a second. Let's just go through this workout. So this guy spent 6 minutes in zone 3. That's the total time. If you look down here, you can see that he did 6 minutes on and 1 set. So there you go. There's your total time up here, 6 minutes in the zone 3. You also have this workout type variation. So this guy was skate skiing, but it was roller skiing, so it wasn't on snow, and that's the variation type. So you can be a little bit more specific about the workout type that you do and record it down here. Another good example is if you're a runner, you might put run up top here, and down here you could have a very specific type of running. So it could be track, it could be trail running, it could be road running, etc., etc. The different Sportlog templates help you fill these out for yourselves. So you don't need to worry too much about it. Just typing in your major workout out here and you'll find some variations in the Sportlog program. So this athlete so he was obviously this zone 3 was just a warm-up because that wasn't the main focus. He only did 6 minutes of it. If we go down here, has another activity recorded, and that's 30 minutes of sprints, also done in roller skiing. And we can look at the total time here. So he did 10 seconds on, 3 minutes off, times 8. So approximately 30 minutes of total sprint time. So this is a great way to capture the very specific minutia of what you're doing in every workout. A little comment down here, he was tired. That's too bad. and that's what he did for this day. He also logged some day options, so we can click on this tab here, and we can see that he logged his sleep. You'll notice as well that there's a low icon here that appears. What this is indicating is that it's reflecting the Z score, which is this value here. So before we get into that, let's look at this. He did 8 hours, or had 8 hours of sleep last night. His average sleep is almost 9.5 hours. So this is quite significantly different from his average, and that's reflected in the Z score. The further you're away, the value that you enter is away from your average, and also it takes into consideration individual variations. The lower the Z score or higher the Z score will be. There's more information on the Z score here. You can click on that and I'll explain what it is. For now, all I'll say is that you should be wary of values in the high ones, so 1.8, 1.9, into the 2s, because that means that whatever value entered here is very significantly different from the range of variation that your average has been calculated on. You can also enter other values here. There's a whole bunch here, and they will automatically tabulate all these different averages as you enter them if you have enough values already logged in the week itself. So yeah, there you go. This athlete has some other day values here. So putting 10 on 10 shows that it's very high, automatically calculated there. You can also do the same thing for resting heart rate, nap, etc. Russo test is an orthostatic heart rate test. There's information on that here. I'll leave that to you to read, not for the scope of this tutorial here. The last tab that we have down at the bottom of the page here is the comments tab. This is where you write a comment for the whole day in general, and this is also where comments from your coach will appear when they comment on your log. I'd also like to draw your attention to the fact that when you write comments here, so I'll just go very tired today, put that in, the comments will appear down at the bottom of your day as well, and also the values that you enter for the day option. So let's go to day options here, put resting heart rate, it's 50, click, and you can see that that value went up there. So it helps to give you a little snapshot of what you have recorded for a given day. And also when your coach is looking at that, he'll see these values, he or she will see these values as well, so they'll know to look there at these other tabs. So let's get into adding a workout. So we've already have the skate ski here today, skate roller ski. So let's say you had a nap and you recovered, and let's put in another workout. So it's going to do an hour. We'll leave the distance blank for this, and we'll say that they did a run in the afternoon. Let's click on run here, and we'll put in road running, and then we'll add an activity. So this guy didn't have enough intensity in the morning, so we'll add something else in the afternoon here. We'll put his total activity time for 10 minutes. We'll put the intensity, let's say that they did something a little bit harder, so we'll do max aerobic speed, which is sort of a VO2 max style workout. Again, if you're not familiar with zones, don't worry about it. Please go check out the settings tab and learn more about the zones there. Workout variation type, so we did a run. This guy's a skier, so there's some very ski specific things they can do. We'll make it ski bounding, ski striding, which is running with poles and using poles on the uphill to simulate classic skiing. And what sort of interval that we did, let's just make this really simple. Let's do 4 minutes on, rest, we'll do 1 minute, and we'll do 2 sets. So approximately 10 minutes of total activity time. Comments here, I'll say, man, still tired. And I'll click the giant check mark here to save, and that's it. You can see that it was automatically added up here, and we have this coloration here saying that it did a very difficult workout. If I want to edit this workout, you click the pencil button up here. I can add another activity if I want to further expand, maybe did a couple different interval sets in that. If I added that, I can delete that last activity, it goes away, and we're good to go. And if I did a completely different workout, let's say I went mountain biking later in the day, I can add that down here. If you want to take a look at all the different tabs here, you can click this button up here, and that expands them, and you can see all 3 different tabs laid out. And you also get this mobile view of your calendar to give you a little bit better idea of what's going on there. You can minimize that by pressing this button, and you can close it entirely by pressing this button. So that's the overview of the Sportlog dashboard and how to add workouts. Please look at the other tutorials if you have more questions about how to look at the analysis page or how to change various different settings. Thanks for choosing Sportlog, and good luck with your training.